that they feel like they care more about their students' work than they do. And I feel like they're not even saying it with anger anymore. It's like existential exhaustion. Because somewhere along the way, a lot of kids have stopped believing that their choices matter. That, their choices in school, in friendships, in effort, in relationships. There was this viral TikTok that I saw. It was a middle school teacher saying that she used to tell her students that they could change the world. And now she's just trying to convince them to turn in their homework. And it blew up. It was like 3+ million views, and it's probably more now, because every educator watching felt seen. And to be quite frank, that teacher wasn't being dramatic. She was pointing out something so real. We've created a generation of kids who struggle to connect cause and effect. And school is cause. According to a 2024 Edutopia article on student agency and belonging, classrooms that emphasize personal responsibility and group impact, things like your choices affect our learning time, see higher academic motivation and fewer behavioral issues. And doesn't that make sense? When kids feel like their voice and effort actually impact something, they show up differently. They participate more. They self-correct because they've learned, consciously or not, that they matter to the group. And this is where parents come in. When your child comes home saying something like, the teacher yelled at the class because 2 kids wouldn't stop talking, that can be your perfect opportunity. Instead of saying, oh, that's unfair, even though maybe it is, say something like, that's tough. How do you think that made the rest of the class feel when the lesson had to stop? That question shifts them from an individual mindset to a community-based mindset. You're teaching them that choices do not exist inside a vacuum. They have a ripple effect. One teacher on Reddit wrote that she starts each week by asking her students, what kind of class do you want to have this week? And then they write down their answers. Some say fun, focused, respectful. And then she reminds them regularly, you all build this together. And she claims that her behavior issues have dropped by 40%. Why do we think that is? Because the ownership has shifted. It's funny. We spend so much time telling kids to take responsibility, but we tend to forget that responsibility without belonging, it kind of feels like punishment. Reciprocity only works when kids feel like their effort means something to someone. Whether it means something to themselves or means something to their classmate, their neighbor, their teacher. A lot of times when you feel